Hey there, everybody. It's Ed Pogue coming to you for a boost in the signal. And yeah, we got ourselves a bit of a... hold on, let me take a drink of this sarsaparilla. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, anyways, everybody, this is Ed, and I'm coming to you with something special today. We received a package from our friends at Nacelle, and I'm really excited about this. They have sent over the first wave of the Cowboys of Moo Mesa action figures. That's right, we have received Calamity Kate, and we have got Marshall Moo Montana. We've got Sheriff Terror Bull, and I am going to open them up today for you. We're going to check them out. We're going to give them a really close-up look, see how they are up close, what kind of accessories they're coming with, and check out the packaging first here. The packaging is amazing. I mean, seriously, look at this. And you, not only is it amazing, but it's bright. The colors are bright. They're going to catch your eye. If these are on a shelf, kids are going to walk by, they're going to see them, and they're going to say, okay, whoa. What's this? And I want this, Mom. I want this. And you're going to want to collect them all. That's what it is. I gotta say, right off the bat, I love Marshall Moo Montana. I think he's my favorite of the set. But Sheriff Terror Bull is the heaviest figure I have ever picked up in my life. The packaging is so heavy. He is so heavy. And when Brian said, don't drop this on your foot, oh my goodness, he meant it. Don't drop this on your foot, because it is going to break your foot. All right, but let's take a closer look at what we've got here. Let's look at the packaging a little bit better. You can see how the accessories are laid out. Really well done. I love the artwork. Very cartoony, very much in that Playmates toy type feel, as if it's gonna, like, you know, especially with the information cards on the back, which, you know, I'm gonna have to cut them out. That's all there is. I gotta keep my little cowboy files, so that I can keep them on file and I can know everything about each character. I love that. I love that detail. That is one of my favorite things that they always had on Star Trek action figures from Playmates. I love that Nacelle is making that something for these figures. I'm wondering how that's going to go. I hope that's something that they continue with all lines. I love the packaging. So now we need to open one up. And I think the first one we're going to start with is Calamity Kate. She's got a lot of stuff. First of all, she comes with perhaps one of the largest accessories I've ever seen in any action figure ever, and that is the Gatling gun. And a little bit of information here about the Gatling gun. I'm going to let you know, be careful. You can see where the little foam is, and it's protecting that area there, the rest for the Gatling gun itself. When you're taking that off, that's fine. Be careful, but also do not, just be careful with it. Little advisory. I broke mine off. But super glue is your hero. So it took care of everything. The wheels pop right on there. The wheels do move, although it's not like you can drag it along and it's gonna move with you, but they do move. So or move, shall we say. Anyways, yeah, okay. Dad humor coming out. It's okay. Anyway, so, it's the Gatling gun is amazing. Calamity Kate herself, so many accessories. I love that she comes with the ropes. I love that one rope is completely bound up unto itself. Another one is free-flowing, as if she's catching one of those cow pokes. She has her own set of handcuffs, which are perfect for her little tiny wrists. She comes with her shotgun that has a horn on it, multiple hands, her own mug of sarsaparilla. That's right, sarsaparilla. It's overflowing. I think that's neat. The hat. Okay, now I want to touch on the hat. First of all, the paint job on the figure is great, but I love the fact that the hat has absolutely no paint on it. There's no paint rub. The hat did not carry over like paint from her hair. I thought that was amazing. As for the head pops off really, really easily. The second head pops on no problem whatsoever. Just make sure when you're putting the hat on, it goes on the back. It's not going to rest on top of the head because I don't know what I'm doing here, obviously. But yeah, and not only that, but just such a really good layout of the figure itself. The joints are really well done. The guns fit right into her pouches or holsters? Yeah, we're going to go with holster. The guns fit right into her holster with no problem whatsoever. The joints do not need any type of, like, you know, like sometimes you have to heat them up, you know, to get them to move. Nothing. The hat stays on. Like, I wanted to make sure I wiggle that around and show you, like, you put that hat on, it's not gonna go anywhere. You're really doing a really good job on that one. Nacelle really nailed it. Whoever the designers are, really nailed the entire design. The hands themselves pop in and out really easily, which is a complaint that I have had with other toy companies in the past. You know, I'm not going to name names, but there's a couple of them. I have bought some figures and the hands are not as easily, you know, replaceable. The heads somewhat, but on these, everything's pretty well perfect. And I have to say with Calamity Kate, I'm really pleased with her figure all the way around. Now, if we're going to go on from her, I think the next one we're going to have to end up, yeah, I had to show you there, you know, get that gun in the hand. Also, I do want to say, be careful with the grappling hooks at the end. They can pop off quite easily. So just keep an eye on that. But I didn't have that problem, but I know it has been an issue. Okay, so now we've taken a good look at Calamity Kate. Now it's time to move on to Marshall Moo Montana, who, like I said, he's probably my favorite figure of this entire line. I really love the design. The figure I looked at here has absolutely no flaws with the paint. I didn't see any problems whatsoever with the paint. So well done. Like I said, same situation with Calamity Kate, and the joints are just absolutely wonderfully free-flowing. I didn't have any issues with him standing or any posing or anything like that. The hands, I love how the hands pop off so easily. It was a lot easier just to go ahead and dump everything out here. But the head swaps so easily. I want to make sure I show you here. So, like, if you want to take the head off, yeah, obviously the hat's going to come off just like with Calamity Kate. Pops right back on there, and there is no issues whatsoever with keeping the hat on. It stays right there. Yeah, the accuracy of the paint job on everything, just chef's kiss. I haven't seen an action figure with this less of paint flaws in years. Okay, so swapping out the heads, no problem whatsoever. Take one off. The other one, look at that. Well, watch how easy. Pop right there. Look at that. Let's move it around. Look at that. No problem. It's on there perfectly. I couldn't, honestly, I could not possibly say anything better about how well that works. There's a good little snapping sound you can hear when it pops on there. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that one. Now, one thing I truly loved about this figure were his guns. I love how you have the shooting accessory to go into his weapon to make it look as if he's shooting the stars. You know, and I think that's just genius. I love it, especially if you're wanting to do toy photography and you want to, you know, act out a scene from the animated series. You want to show, like, okay, he's taking down the, you know, the bad guys or whatever. And yeah, just so well done. He comes with his own handcuffs, a harmonica, which is just ingenious, and his own mug of sarsaparilla. So yeah, you want to take them out for a nice little drink, you know, they're gonna, you know, cheers, clang their bottles together, whatever. Okay, now here's how, yeah, I wanted to show you how the star went in. Yeah, that looks good. I think that really does look good. It gives you that animated feel, and it looks like something that, you know, I'm gonna have some fun with this. I know I'm gonna be taking pictures with these. I'm gonna have some crossovers with the Star Trek line from Nacelle as well. It's bound to happen. It's gotta happen. All right, so now we're gonna go on to this heavy guy. And Sheriff Terror Bull is by far the heaviest action figure I have ever in my life felt. Even holding the packaging here before opening, I was like, I really wanted to lay this down just to pull this out, because I was like, all right, I'm feeling the burn in my shoulders, and I should not get a workout in my shoulders from opening up an action figure. But that's exactly what happened here. He's, like I said, he's heavy. At one point, I was considering putting them all on a spinner, and I was going to have them spin around so you could get a nice little 360 of it. Spoiler alert, he's too heavy for my spinner. My spinner could not generate enough, action, as it were, to spin him all the way around, and I was afraid of burning up the motor, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. His sarsaparilla, I love how large that sarsaparilla is. The alternate hands are great. I was a little confused at first. I thought, oh, I can give him 2 blue hands, or, you know, 1 red and 1 blue, and I'm like, oh no. Then I figured it out. It's the reds are for the left hands and the blues are for the right hand for his glove. But yeah, so you got that. Anyways, so yeah, the largest accessories for him as well. Make sure, like, if you're anything like me, I'm an accessories guy, so I've got to keep my accessories separate. And my first inclination was to put the Cowboys of Moo Mesa accessories all together. I think we're gonna have to keep them separate so I don't get his confused with anybody else's. All right, now. So the next thing we got to check out on Sheriff Terror Bull is, well, they have dynamite. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I love the paint job on everything. The dynamite, I think, should have been red. I know this is gonna be sound silly, but to me, at first I thought he came with a candy cane. I love the accessory, but I think it should have been all red. All right, so let's check out the head swap. Just like on the other two, it pops right off. The secondary head pops right on with no issue whatsoever. Look at that. Moves around. The hat pops right back on there. You're not going to have any issue. And just like the other two figures, the hat stays on. I mean, like, look at this. I'm moving him around. He's going upside down. Just even taking off the hand, like here's, you realize that that hat's not going anywhere. So basically, it's like Indiana Jones. Whoever made this needs to make an Indiana Jones figure with, like, his hat never coming off, because you know how Indy's hat just doesn't ever come off. But anyway, so that's a whole other thing. I love the animation of the guns. You can have the smoke coming out of his guns afterwards. I still think it would have been neat to have a little bit of an action out of them. The handcuffs are large enough for my giant thumbs. Now, how do I put them onto the hands? Best way, pop the hand off, put it here, and just put the hand, make sure you grab the right one, and then put it right back on there, and then you've got him handcuffed. You could do the same thing the other side. Let's just put it up here like he's wearing an earring. You know, it's a new fashion statement for him. I love the design. Great figure all the way around. And just like the other two, I have to say the paint job is right on par with perfection. It's maybe 99.9% of perfection. I think everybody's going to love these. Do check them out. Go to Nacelle, okay? Go to their website. It's nacelletoys.com. You're going to want to look these up. You're going to want to get these. And yeah, they're really worth it. You can see here, he's on top of the spinner. But that's just proving that he's too heavy. It's not going to spin. And, you know, he's the sheriff. So thank you to Nacelle for sending these over. They're great figures. I absolutely love them. I cannot wait to see what's coming. And I hope everybody checks them out. And until next time, get over to Nacelle Toys. Check out these figures. Live long and prosper. We've just boosted a signal.